Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Roseville Wrecking Ball. The Roseville Wrecking Ball.
Joshua Shrum. He is a very talented steward, very knowledgeable.
The Roseville Wrecking Ball. This is one of those podcasts where I listen to every episode. I love what he's putting out there.
The Roseville Wrecking Ball. Josh Shrum.
Parcels of knowledge. Does a fantastic job with that podcast.
The Roseville Wrecking Ball. He is an Article 8 scholar, and thank God. We need Article 8 scholars right now.
Tune into the Parcels of Knowledge podcast while you're on the route. That's the mailman's playbook, brother.
Full disclaimer, this podcast does get political. Although Parcels of Knowledge is intended to be impartial on political matters at the time being, in which I don't take an official position for who you should or shouldn't vote for, because I think that it's important to keep bias out of journalism. I do want to tell you before you listen to this podcast that the guest speaker who is invited to talk does have a CLC-oriented conversation. So if you do not wish to hear about the CLC, well then make sure that you tune out. But this is your disclaimer to tune out so that if you have a problem with the CLC, well, then maybe you might not want to listen to this one. But I think it's a good conversation in general. And I think the message originally that was brought to the forefront, which is the Colts game, is very important. So listen at your own discretion. Good morning and welcome back to Parcels of Knowledge, the podcast dedicated to delivering knowledge to the city letter carrier with your host, the Roseville Wrecking Ball. Today I got a pretty cool guest. I let him introduce himself, but he's got a message to say. So I did this last year and I'm going to do it again because I think it's a really cool cause. But go ahead and introduce yourself if you don't mind.
Hi, I'm Ken McNeil. I'm out of Summit City, 116, Fort Wayne, Indiana. How's everybody doing today?
I'm sure they're doing good. What's the message you got that you have?
Well, the first message is we have Summit City's 116 always hosts a flag event at the Indianapolis Colts Stadium. It is coming up again this year. It is September 27th. And Tim Hawks is involved with that. He's the guy to get tickets from. I heard this morning there's only 50 left. It's the quickest we've ever sold these. Obviously, the branch uses those funds, those extra funds, and donates them to MDA. But it's an absolutely moving experience to go on the field and unfurl the flag, honor our veterans, and start the Indianapolis game. And this year it's against the Houston Texans.
All right.
Oh, let me give you Tim Hawks' number. To call Tim if you're looking for tickets, it's 260-760-3712. Support Tim, support our charity, support the NALC.
And to my knowledge, this event is not affiliated with any group, right?
No, that is purely our local, just doing something good, moving us up that scale of who donates the most. You know, they're pretty proud. They keep moving up those little charts, and we like to donate to our charity, and we like to spend time helping people at Summit City 116. Shout out to our president, Jess Redden.
Awesome. I like it. I know a lot of folks who go to that event every year, or at least consider it in our region, Region 6. I think it's a very cool opportunity. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about before we let you go?
Absolutely. And we know we have a slight agenda. Now, this has nothing to do. There's no support in the background for the CLC. This is purely me helping Walt McGregory get elected in our Region 6 as our next NDA. But we are bringing out for a meet and greet before that game. Once again, Jess, if you're listening, my president, he is definitely a neutral partisan. But when it comes to things like this, I like to make it clear we are going to bring James Henry and Corey Walton for a meet and greet before and after the event. And of course, Waldo will be there to answer any questions. We're going to set it up where you can come up, ask the hard questions, shake the hands, have a photo taken. It is going to be a wonderful day. We'll probably have some, because I am from Detroit, some Detroit Coney dogs there for everybody. And we'll probably have a few cigars, and we'll just be talking the issues through. If you want to meet James Henry, it's at a park, or in Corey Walton or Walt. You don't even have to go to the game. We're going to be at a parking lot near there. There'll be public access to it. Heck, bring your ID and go park over at the post office right across the street from the stadium, and come over and meet your CLC leadership.
All right. What's the date and time for that?
All right. It's going to be the September 27th. It's going to be before and after the game. And there is a part in between there where you have to go in and practice and come out. But we're going to get there early. We're going to be there about 8:00. And just, it's going to be an enjoyable. Think about tailgating with your next leadership team.
And that's going to be in Indianapolis?
Indianapolis. Sorry about that. It's the Indianapolis Colts. It's going to be an Indy. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be an event you want to come to. And you can come there and talk about the issues. When was the last time you got to sit down with any of the other candidates? I mean, Renfro 2.0, I mean, are those guys even out there talking to anybody? Come, ask the hard questions. James Henry and Corey Walton have been hitting the bricks for a year now. And you know what? I hope we all vote. We vote strong, and we vote the CLC ticket.
All right. That's I appreciate the message. Like you said, I'm nonpartisan, but it's good to have that information out there. It is good to get folks to show interest in being participatory in this election, and I'm excited for whatever results come forward. Hopefully, we get better results rather than worse. But
Well, let's talk about a couple issues that you got me on the
Okay.
cast. There are some personal issues. CLC, obviously, they have a platform and they're talking the right issues and they want to solve the right problems. But for God's sakes, I got a couple issues that are out there, and I want those identified. I want people asking questions, because this whole COLA issue is driving me nuts personally. I mean, it harkens back. I'm an older person. You know, I remember history class. It harkens back to not counting different demographics or genders as a whole person. Why do we have to lose? Why is anybody negotiating to lose a percentage of the COLA when the rest of the world always, always talks about COLA and they get full COLAs? It's a standard bargaining tool. It's what keeps us engaged so we don't lose money during the term of a contract. I am personally so fed up with hearing about that and hearing that that has become the norm.
Yeah, we should get full colas. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, are we a half a person? Are we a half a voter? Are we a half a member of the NALC? I mean, we pay our full dues. Every member pays their full dues. Are we going to start prorating based on COLA or dues? I don't think anybody would do that.
Well,
But
most members pay their full dues. You know.
Oh well, that's another issue in our region, and I have an opinion on that. I'm not going to name any names, because you know what? As individuals, I may like them. I don't necessarily believe in the leadership the leadership look. If you are in a position of leadership within our union, you should pay your dues, for God's sakes. I mean, you have the cushy, not necessarily the cushiest, but it is the easiest job on your body. And you're out there making more than everybody else that is a regular rank and file carrier. And you don't think that you should pay your full dues? That's a mistake. I hope it's remedied. remedied by them. And I hope that it's a lesson learned if they go on to any other positions. You cannot hide that things and not think it's ever going to come out. Not that it's a reflection on you as an individual. I mean, that's like taking a little bit from your brother every single week that you get paid.
Yeah.
That's an opinion of mine. I got to be honest with you. Walt McGregory is my guy. Walt McGregory should be our next NBA. Walt McGregory has the track record to win it. He will change this region. He will make it more of a communicative power to all our members. We can reach out there. We can take care of people. It'll be a little more organized on a more how do I put this, easier platform to have your objections heard and answered. But I'm not saying that some people don't have their hearts in the right places and they haven't done a better job than maybe other regions. But it's time to take Region 6 to a next level. And Walt McGregory is my guy for that. And I'm not shy to say that.
Okay.
So the national coming up, if I see any of you guys that I might be aggrieving, still want to shake your hand, still want to, you know, believe in you as a person, but for God's sakes, gentlemen, pay your fucking dues. I'm sorry. Please, for God's sakes, gentlemen, please pay your dues. Show your respect to guys like me who do pay our full dues.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think carriers want a leader that is connected to them. And what better way to be connected than to be in the same position as them? Everyone else is expected to pay their dues. So it is realistic to kind of think that maybe they should. But
I agree with you. And give them an opportunity to apologize and catch up.
yeah,
I mean,
and
you know what? Apologize to the rank and file, catch up on your dues. And you might want to, if you're elected to another position of leadership, you're going to walk around with your tail between your legs for a period of time because that was a correctable error that will reflect on them as individuals.
now, are we going to see you at LA?
Absolutely. I'll be in LA. I'll be wearing my CLC gear. Come shake my hand. Come get with Walt because I'll be shadowing him the whole time. And let's get you out there. Come ask the hard questions. And you know what? I see a lot of division right now. When this election's done, and I obviously hope the CLC slate is an overwhelming winner. But the fact is, we all got to come together because once this thing's over, common enemy is management right now. And it's a management that isn't trained properly, that's overstaffed, and doesn't really understand how to position themselves to be profitable. Here's another key point, just like Cola, I'm sick of hearing how the carrier is the problem. The carrier is not the problem. The carrier is a person that's getting underpaid, wear and tear in their body. It is a tough job. But the problem is management is just too large, too untrained, and they need to make their adjustments there. There's good managers, but you know what? They got to saddle up the horses and circle the wagons and get that system fixed so they're not blaming the carriers and saying that's the reason they're not going to pay a fair wage.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I think we do have to unite after this election and make sure that we're united under one front because, management, they're going to be.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. And if their managers can get raises that are fair, why can't the rank and file carrier?
Absolutely. Now, before I let you go, is there any last words before we go?
Well, let's all have a great turnout in LA. Let's go to LA, bring back the message to everybody else in your local, and get out and vote. I want you to vote CLC, but that doesn't mean you still have to vote. There's a lot of reasons to vote. It only takes a minute. It's not too much. And guess what? If you vote and it doesn't work out for you, or it doesn't work out, then you vote again. That's the wonderful thing about our democratic process within our union. So vote. That's the most important. Secondly, and tied for one, vote CLC.
All right. Well, it's good having you on, Ken.
Thank you very much.
If these guys are getting educated, we will be in big trouble.
Management's been weighing you down like a bag of wet catalogs, but you don't gotta take it. You strap on the elbow of education, dig it?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Roseville Wrecking Ball. The Roseville Wrecking Ball.
The Roseville Wrecking Ball is an Article 8 scholar, and thank God, we need Article 8 scholars right now. The Grievous Genius and the Roseville Wrecking Ball doing amazing work.
Tune into the Parcels of Knowledge podcast while you're on the route. That's the Mailman's Playbook, brother.